Hello, my name is Jonathan Grooms, and I am so thankful to be able to join you today in Kidstown. I have the wonderful privilege of being the president and co-founder of an organization called Global Partners in Peace and Development. And we have the opportunity to show and to share God's love to people all around the world. But before I share a little bit about what we do, I'd love to share with you a little bit about my family. In the very back is my beautiful wife, Heidi. And God has blessed us with lots of kids. Can you count how many kids that we have? Yes, that's right. We have 8 children. 2 of them are 14-year-olds, Grace and Elijah. Then we have 2 12-year-olds, Jariah and Ricky. Perpetua is 9 years old. Nations is 8. Addie is 5. And I'm holding in my hand little baby Evie, and she is 3 years old. Now, Heidi had 5 of these babies from her belly, and 3 of our children are adopted. Grace and Ricky were adopted this last month, and Nation's Hope, she was adopted from Ethiopia 7 years ago. And Ethiopia is in the continent of Africa. So God has blessed us with an international family that loves to share and to show God's love with people all around the world. For about 6 years, our family had the privilege of living in the Middle East, specifically in the country of Jordan. And there we served refugee families from Iraq and Syria. I've asked some of my kids to share with you some of the things that they really liked about living in Jordan.
I really enjoyed learning Arabic and meeting people there and talking to them in Arabic and stuff. And I really enjoyed going to the desert.
My favorite thing to do was probably to go down and play soccer with the street kids down at the park.
I like my friends, and one of my friends named Salty. And I like all the foods, but my favorite one is Cuba.
Kuba, it's an Iraqi dish, and it's very zaki, which means delicious in Arabic.
I like to play around with and like riding bikes.
So we were up on a roof, and we can see our friends across from the roof. And I like the trampoline inside the house.
As you can see, we loved living in the country of Jordan. My favorite thing about Jordan was the people that we were able to meet and to serve with. 2 of those families were families that I'd love to share their picture of. First is Motaz and Suhair, and they are refugees from Syria. And they lived in Jordan for about 7 years, and it was very difficult for them during their time there. But God this last year blessed them with the opportunity of traveling to the country of Belgium to begin a new life. The other family is ones that we serve with very closely, Pastor Wasim and Lillian and their 2 children. They are now leading Grace Church as the pastor, and they are doing an amazing job of loving the Iraqi and Syrian refugees as well as many others. And I would encourage you to please pray for them every single day. I heard that this month in Kidstown, you're studying what it means to be content. And I wanted to share with you a verse that the Apostle Paul wrote in Philippians chapter 4, verse 12. And he said that he knew what it meant to be in need. He also knew what it meant to have lots and lots of things. He said that I've learned the secret of being content in any and every situation. Whether he had lots of food, or whether he was hungry, or whether he had many, many things, or whether he was in need of many things, he learned the secret of being content. And I hope that this month in Kidstown, you will learn what that secret is of how to be content. One of the things that I've noticed as I've traveled around the world is that children who are living in poverty, they seem to be very content. But children who have lots and lots of things, and typically that happens here in America, they don't seem to be very content at all. Now, I've asked my children to show different ways of not being content. Let me see if you can relate to these.
Mom, Dad, I need a new iPad. This thing is old.
All of our friends have nicer cars than we have.
This MacBook is slow. Can't you give me one of those newer ones that are on the commercials?
Dad, I need a new bike. This thing doesn't work.
This is mine! Hey, give me my toy back! No, it's my toy. Give it to me.
Those are quite funny to watch, aren't they? But really, it's not that funny because many times we act that way, don't we? I'll have to raise my hand and say sometimes I'm not happy with what I have or content with the things that God has blessed me with. We have 5 family rules in our house, and I want to share one of them with you today. It says, be happy with what you've got and don't ask for something else or something more. Can you say that with me? Let's say it together. Be happy with what you've got and don't ask for something else or something more. My prayer is that during Kids Town this month, you will be like the Apostle Paul and that you will learn the secret of what it means to be content. And I'll give you a little hint to this secret. I think the secret is having a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Because when you have Jesus Christ, you have everything that you need and you won't ask for anything else or anything more. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our time together today. It's been so great to be with you, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.